Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Tioni, and today I'm going to be doing another little chatty video. Hopefully this one won't be too long, but it's just some thoughts that I've had over the past week or so. And today I'm going to be talking about burnout, work-life balance, and giving myself annual leave. So I'll talk about how I came to doing that. So I would describe myself as a bit of a workaholic in pretty much every area of my life. So uni, work, housework, exercise. I just feel like I need to be doing 100 different things all at once with as much energy as I have. And that is not a good thing to do if you want to stay sane, I guess. So I sort of kept getting into this cycle of where I would grind myself to the absolute limit, and then I would feel the effects, and it would take me some time to kind of recover. And I didn't really know that I was doing it to myself. And I sort of used to always checking emails, probably when I don't need to, always chasing plans, that kind of thing, just hyper productive, I guess, but not in a useful way all the time. So it got to, I was planning the week just gone, and I thought, well, I didn't manage to do X, Y, and Z last week, so I need to make sure I catch up on that this week. And how it was looking, I was kind of trying to fit so many things into my week, and it was just stressing me out so much. And I thought, well, I need to go back to my coursework because I've had enough time off. And I was like, well, what day can I fit it in? And the next free day I had was Wednesday, which turned out to be my birthday. And I had to say to myself, don't make yourself do coursework on your birthday. And I said, okay, I won't do that. And then I said to myself, well, why don't you just give yourself the week off from the coursework? Because you're already caught up in everything. So I did that, and it was hard not to without feeling a bit guilty, because I'm so used to always feeling like I need to do my work, whatever that is. And I think I just have this belief that if I don't do it now, then it won't get done, which isn't exactly true, because it does get done eventually. So then I sort of took this approach to the rest of the things that I usually pack into my week. So I usually meal plan every week, and that is, although it saves me some time in that I don't have to cook every day, it's still, I have to sort of gear myself up to spend the whole day cooking. And each day I just thought, I just don't feel like it, can't be bothered, I just would rather do something else. So I said to myself, well, maybe don't do it this week, and take out some of the meals from the freezer that you've already cooked, and maybe get some food out or order in or something, just where you can. So that was another way that I gave myself a break from that kind of task. And some other things were just like cancelling appointments or meetings for the week that weren't urgent, or they could wait 1 week. So then I began to clear my week more than I've been able to do in the past. There were still things that I couldn't not do, but I was taking some of the pressure off myself. And it just made me think that I think as I've become an adult and had more experiences in different environments, especially when it comes to work, because workplaces have their different routines and schedules and the ways that you're expected to work, and it's different to school and it's different to university. When you're at school, it's very timetabled. You'd have an hour for a specific lesson. You'd be told when your break times were, when your lunch times were. So your time was managed for you, really, and all you had to do was find time to do your homework each week, which didn't really take that long. And you'd do your socialising within that day. So a lot of your needs are kind of taken care of without you really doing much or really thinking about it. And I found when I got to uni, it was kind of like there was maybe a little bit of structure with, when your classes are, but everything else you kind of, it's left up to you. So like your outside study, your socializing, you have to decide when you do that, who you do that with, just like general adult stuff like buying, shopping, cooking, doing your laundry, keeping your place tidy, stuff like that. You have to kind of find a way that works for you, and I'm still now trying to find out what that's like, depending on what my workload is like. And then when you get to work, again, depending on what your workplace is like. If you're doing a 9 to 5, then that's your work hours, and the time when you're not there, you have a finite amount of time to organise all that other adult stuff I mentioned. But I'm not really in that place at the moment. I'm on a casual contract, so my working days are not consistent, so it's hard to kind of develop a routine, and also I don't have any classes for uni anymore, so I have 3 pieces of work that need to be done by September-ish, but I've got to work out when I work on them, as well as doing everything else I need to take care of in my life. And I think because of how circumstances have changed, obviously with lockdown, changing jobs, everything, like all the recent life changes I've had, I've had to keep shuffling my routine around, so that's been quite challenging. I noticed a difference between when I was at school and when I was at university, in that when you're at school you get quite a few half-term holidays, and that's when you don't go into school. You probably have a bit less homework unless you're doing your GCSEs or A-levels. That's your time to not think about school or doing schoolwork, and you just enjoy your time off with your family or your friends, or doing your hobbies, or just watching TV, just a chance to just be, and that's not something you're really given in adult life. No one's going to tell you, oh, this is your time off. You kind of have to take that for yourself, and yeah, the difference between that and university is I noticed that the term times are quite long. They could be about 2-3 months long, where you have to prepare work weekly for multiple modules, and then your deadlines are set for just after the Christmas break or the Easter break. So even though you're technically not doing weekly lessons, you're still having to complete work over the holidays, and that deadline passes, and you're back into term time. So there's not a break in between, and I just sort of realised that recently, and even now with my last bits of work, I've got between now and, like I said, September-ish, and I've got to, instead of what I would usually do is think, okay, I need to do something every day. Every day I'm not doing something, and I'm wasting time. That's the way that I'm going to, which I'm sort of at now, is get so fed up with it, not want to do it, and start procrastinating. But I've had to kind of reevaluate that and maybe pace myself a bit more and just do bits over a shorter period of time, have a week or so off, and then go back to it to avoid burnout. And it's like giving myself annual leave, how you would get it in a traditional 9 to 5 job, or if you're a teacher, you would get set weeks, or you'd book set weeks where you'd have that time off work, and that concept I'd known because I'd done the 9 to 5 a few years ago, but I realise now that I need to incorporate that element into my life now, because everyone needs a break, and it's up to you to kind of determine that for yourself when you're an adult. So yeah, I think that was the main thing I wanted to talk about. And at the moment, I'm just sort of working towards a better work-life balance. So hopefully, I can achieve that a bit better. And maybe there's some of you that are watching that have related to some of what I said. So I'll just say to all of us, to give ourselves a break. We've been through a world kind of disaster. We're still recovering from it, and try and enjoy a little bit of the summer in any small way that you can, because we all need it, and then hopefully we'll be able to go back to our lives with a better mindset. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.